What's up, everybody? Here's your barn find of the day. I did a video on this car maybe a month or two ago, and I was finally able to pull it out of its resting spot. This car is so rough. It's probably just at this point, well, first of all, when I bought it, they had lost the title, so no title, so that pretty much makes it a parts car. But some people can get titles in their state they live in. It's got the original VIN tag, convertible VIN tag, and cow tag on the firewall. It's a 55 Oldsmobile Super88 convertible. It comes twilight turquoise and white with, I think, a blue top. Still got the Olds rocket engine in it, but somebody probably had good intentions. They had a really thick canvas tarp over it, but you know, if you put that tarp on there and the wind blows it around and you never come back for, let's just say, 50 years, this is what you're left with. It's a car I've been pursuing for a long time just because I wanted to be the one to get it out of there. And like I said, I don't know what its future holds. It still has a lot of good parts. I think the convertible rack is still down there, but it's rusty. The front header bow's real rusty. I'll probably end up retrieving that later on this week or something like that. But still does have a lot of the convertible trim. If you have a 54, a 55, or a 56 Oldsmobile, a lot of that windshield trim and the back snap trim, that's all interchangeable from them 3 years. And then 57, they went a little bit different. And I want to think it's real close to a Buick, the same year Buick. But let's take a quick little peek at it. It's going to get worse the closer we get to it. But you can see, you know, if you read up on these cars, I'm not real familiar. I'm more into the Tri-5 Chevys. But if you read up on these cars, the Oldsmobile Rocket and the way this car was designed, they wanted to consider this one of the first sports cars, really. A Chevy Tri-5 does not have a front sway bar on it factory. And this car's got a front sway bar and a rear sway bar stock. So that's going to help you right there, just going around corners and things like that. And you can see what I mean right there. It's not that thick, but that's the front sway bar. And I looked at the oil earlier. I mean, this engine was probably running when they parked it. Let's see what the transmission fluid looks like. I mean, it's got some fluid on it, but geez Louise, who knows what shape it's in. And here's the cow tag for a 55 Oldsmobile convertible. Number 55-3667 DTX. And it was the 1651st one built. And the L's from Lansing, Michigan. But they're different in their own way. They got this little trim windscreen that follows all the way around the front. And this little guy right here, that's what was left of the hood. We literally just peeled it off of there and threw it on the ground. It was shot. But it's got some good parts here and there, but you know, she's rough. She's real rough. Looks like maybe potentially the X frame is still in good shape. And this X is a lot more hardy than a Tri-5 X. Way more beefier. I don't even know what that transmission is. I don't know what style it is. It might be something cool. let me back up a little bit, and that's what you'd have been seeing. I mean, only in mint condition back in 55. See, this is all of a learning experience to me. I've never even been close to a 55 Oldsmobile. And down there and all that carnage, that one switch is the power top switch. It's still. So if you needed some stuff for a mid 50s Oldsmobile, it has some. But it's just pretty rough, really. And it had some seats in it, but they're not the right seats for it. Like the front bench seat didn't even split, so you know that's not gonna. How would you ever get in the back? I think somebody just dummied them up to make it maybe look better when they went to sell it. You can see it's, my goodness, it's lived a rough life. Really, really rough life. And right here where the paint is, I believe that said 88 right there, or Super 88 or something right there where them holes are. But I think somebody had intentions to start cutting the tub out of it, because you could see they got all the way up as far as there, and then just pretty much just walked away for some reason. I mean, why would you even start it if you ain't gonna finish it? But they had a really cool gauge cluster to them. Amps, temps, fuel, and then oil. I mean, look at that. You don't see stuff like that no more. And it looks like that transmission says drive, second, and low, so it may have been a 3-speed transmission. It's real weird. See how, like, almost got like a pan that hangs off the side of it. But I was glad to look. The original muffler must have had some heavy duty brackets to hold that puppy on there. But I mean, you can see that's a really beefy X-frame. The Tri-5 is beefy, but I think this might be a little bit more heavy duty. But I mean, it's just so rotted out, you know, the bottom of the dash. I mean, I just let it sit out there forever and ever and ever. But it's got both of the rams in it, but you'd probably want to buy them new. And if you watch any of my other videos, you see, well, you can't see it there, but you see over there as that kind of goes along, that's your rear tacking strip, and that's where you get your back top real nice and tight. So you can only imagine being up in there, taking that thing in and out 20 times trying to get one little wrinkle out. It's a pain. And here's a better view of what I'm talking about. That's your rear trim sticks, your top staples to that, and that's what keeps it all tight. But all this trim's in really good shape, really. I mean, it's not beat up at all. If somebody had a 55 or 56 Olds and they wanted to make a ragtop, this would be a good donor car. See if I can get a picture. Yeah, there's your original VIN number. Easy access, heater box over there. But these are totally different than a Tri-5. But from what I've seen, I don't think there's a whole lot of people collecting these cars because it's extremely hard to research it. From everything I read, they made at least 2, maybe 3 different convertibles in 1955 for the Oldsmobile line. And the top of the line would have been a Starfire at 98, an Oldsmobile 98 Starfire that had power windows and all the power options. A little bit better interior. And you could see right there, they was ahead of their time with the rocket. The Super88. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video of this extremely rough. It's not even a barn find, it's a field find. Sitting for years and years and years. 1955 Oldsmobile Super 88 convertible. Who knows what its future will bring, but it's out of where it was at. Basically sitting in a swamp. So, like, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys on the next video.